Yeah. So the next thing we're talking about is the types of um, product managers. And in this video, I want to understand a couple of things first before we even touch about maybe 4 to 5 types of product managers, right? And it is that the type of product manager can be defined along two lines. The industry define themselves. So they are SaaS product managers, they are fintech product managers, they are gaming product managers, they are blockchain product managers, and all of that. And then the type of product managers can also be defined along the lines of skills, right, or areas of focus. So I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, these are like UX product managers and all of that. Now, if you go on my LinkedIn page, there is a document there that contains types of product managers. But I think but is the word. For the purpose of this video, we're just talking about 4 to 5 types of product manager based on skill set. So the first type I want to mention is the UX product manager. These are the types of product manager that focus on the user experience of an app, right? Though to me, I think that sounds limiting. You're just focused on user experience, nothing more. But yeah, there are product managers that is the area of socialization. I've played in that role before, where I was brought into a dating app to audit the UX, come up with new UX flows based on data I got and all of that to improve on the product and get more numbers on the product. So the second type is the technical product manager. This forever remains controversial, right? There are questions like, should the product manager be technical? How do you even define technicality and all of that, right? But this is my own understanding. A product manager is technical, right? Developers might come for my head for this, but I mean, this is that's my own understanding. That product managers are technical. You're playing a technical role in the team. They are translating PRDs, doing this, doing that. That's technicality on its own. But then if you want to define technicality along being able to code, well, I don't think a PM should know how to code, right? Though knowing it is going to help you better estimate and all of that, but I don't think you should know how to code. I don't think that's something you should channel your energy to. Because one thing I've discovered is that over time, you even become very much more familiar with software development, right? So, take for instance, when I was in Aka Payments, I barely interfaced with APIs, right? I didn't even know what APIs meant for a very long time until the CTO sat me down and walked me through it and how it works. But by the time I got to Bonds, I have gotten to a level where I was the one writing UI API stories. I was managing the developer websites. I test APIs using Postman. If you wanted to handle any integration, I'll go on the third-party solution, check out the APIs myself, test it, and all of that. I know how the system works. At this level, I'm able to write system to map out system design, do some sort of system architecture, you know. So over time, I believe that if you put your heart to your product management role, you'll be able to. And I'm not judging based on myself alone. I'm judging based on what I've seen as well, right, amongst my friends. So you put your heart to it, along the line, you know much more about being technical, right? But typically, technical PMs are product managers that cross from software development. Maybe they got tired of software development and cross to product management, right? So we mentioned UX product managers, we mentioned technical product managers. Then there are growth product managers, right? I feel I'm talking too fast. So there are growth product managers. These are product managers that focus on growth, as the name implies. So they do. They are typically hired by companies that are at the growth stage, or they're trying to transition from introduction stage. Remember our product lifecycle lesson. So they're transitioning from the introduction stage to growth stage. So they hire these kinds of product managers to handle things, right? Because they have experience with pushing for growth, right? The fourth one we will mention is AI product managers. So that's I can say I'm one of those guys, right? Because I've managed an AI product. I'm also trying to get more technical AI wise. So AI product managers, they manage AI products. Basically, they are also data product managers, right? These are product managers that either are data driven, so they don't do anything without data, or they manage data products. Two separate things. So what are the other types of product managers are there? Yeah, I think I said I was going to mention five, and that's five already. So you guys should read up more on the other types of PMs. However, one more thing I would like to add is one key thing my mentor, a person of Chukwu also is a Chukwu. Shout out to you. Told me earlier on in my career that it is usually too early to specialize. Don't come from my head. Now I know that when you specialize, you tend to get more money, right? I mean, you want to talk about fintech product management, you are looking for Nnamdi Azudo, senior man, right? You are looking for the likes of Princess Akari and all of that. But I would say that it is too early to specialize in your career in your first, second year, because it's important for you to, touch on several things and then see where your strengths and weaknesses lie, see where you want to invest your time, and then you can now specialize. Take medical students, for example. I mean, at least in Nigeria that we're familiar with, throughout their 5 years, or a considerable chunk of their years in school, they take everything. Then along the line, they decide, okay, this is what I want to focus on. So you should also take the same approach. For me, after about 3 years of trying my hands on everything, SaaS, CPaaS, AI, this and that, I have decided that, okay, I want to go with AI, and I have my reasons, right? I have my reasons because AI eventually would still touch on every other thing, right? So you should do the same. Try your hands on a lot of things before you then specialize. Specialization is good, but you should be careful when you're doing that. So that sums up our lesson on the types of product managers. Thank you.